How's it going? Hanging here at Hop Pole Studios in just the outskirts of Manchester, England. What's the name of this town again?
Ashton-under-Lyne.
Okay, nobody cares. Anyway, yeah, if there's a bright center of the universe, this is kind of like Windsor, and in other words, it's very far from it. It's very gray, and this is the summertime. This is when the weather's nice. It's very gray, and the sun doesn't come out very much. So there is that. The nice thing is we're in this awesome fucking studio that you've got here, and Adam is about as crazy about speakers and cabs and all that stuff for guitar tone as I am. And we've got a very, very, very special episode today because we have a Stone 1x12 made that we're going to try out. And what's that all about? So how'd that come about? Tell us all about it.
It came about because of your show, actually. That you were talking about different cabinets and resonance of materials and stuff. And me and my friend Chris, who is a builder of sorts, we said, well, if this resonates, let's make something that really doesn't resonate. What's the most ridiculous thing we can find? And we had some big, thick stone slabs. We're like, right, stone guitar cab.
And yeah, we've been just kind of messing around with it for the last couple hours. Got it hooked up, tried it out and whatnot. And we're like, okay, first thing we're thinking is like, it's a little thin sounding. You know what I mean? It's like there's not a whole shit ton of bottom end. And that was just mic'd up with a single 57. And we're kind of, whatever. I mean, but let's not talk about it. Let's just fucking do it. Show them. So this is 6-string with the stone cab. And this with the 57. And then we've got an SE ribbon alongside to kind of fill in the bottom end a bit.
That's exactly right. Let's do it.
And this is a 5150, by the way. So, pretty standard metal chain. What's the speaker, by the way?
So that's a Celestion Creamback M65.
Okay.
So it's a 120 watt amp into a 65 watt speaker. I know it's going to die. I don't care. It sounds great. I should turn that into a song.
Yeah, probably. Not bad. Okay, so this is the thing. I mean, we're just sitting here. It's not too bad, but we haven't really been comparing it against, standard cabs or anything like that. We're just kind of hearing it by itself. And we are kind of like the tones, but like I said, I thought originally it needed to be thickened up a little because this cabinet has zero resonance in it whatsoever, so there's no bass to speak of. So you're going to really crank the shit out of the bass and not get a whole lot.
Yeah, I think you get the option to get as much low end as you want and no more, is what I like about this. That the cab doesn't start to resonate. That speaker's moving.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, this is mainly, so you can really evaluate just how a speaker sounds. And when you kind of take the cabinet out of the equation, you're definitely hearing how the fucking speaker sounds. Yeah, I gotta say, it's not bad though. I'm kind of liking the tone. It's a little bit more unique. We were just up at Andy Sneeps the other day and we were listening to a couple of his examples. We're like, yeah, this is kind of really cool, non-standard metal stuff. And, and again, the quest for getting away from the standard Mesa vintage 3057 thing is, it's never ending. And that whole thing is starting to show its age a little bit. It's becoming a bit of a cliche. And it's so cool to be able to try out new ideas like this. Can we try this out on the 7? Okay. So, and that's the thing. It's like we can hear it on a 6 and whatnot. Let's try it with the 7 and see exactly what we're getting. See, kind of a bit of a tone difference. And whatnot. And this guitar here, this is a custom job Adam had made by a local builder. What was the dude's name?
Stephen Hart. Okay. They both are these, actually. Same guy.
Oh, okay, great. So you got Fishman's in that, and this has got an EMG X in this. And yeah, pretty interesting guitar.
Yep, sounds extra good.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly, and that's so cool to hear like a raging metal tone that isn't the standard 57 vintage 30 Mesa cab thing. I think this is kind of a little more maybe mid-focused. And this is the thing, we've got the amp actually scooped back quite a bit because it's a very mid-rangey kind of sound, so you can get away with pulling the mids back on the amp quite a bit. And we're back to, what are we at, about a little bit 10 o'clock, something like that on the 5150. Most guys will put it like, the 666 tone, and this is...
Yeah, this is 835.
Okay, there we go.
Lots of low, not so much mid, which again, you've got to play to your speaker and your cab and all that kind of stuff, and that's very much what we've done. Whereas,
something like, the vintage 30, especially in a Mesa cab, is going to sound a little scooped to begin with, so you want to crank those mids up a little bit. We're just kind of compensating the other way. Of course, this thing, how does it sound in comparison to, say, the standard and whatnot? So what I've got here is I've got a song from my Savage Grooves pack, and we actually reamped the guitars here, so we're going to shoot this out back and forth. The original guitar sound, which was the standard 57, and I'm thinking I'm using a Delphos into, vintage 34x12, and then we're going to put it up against the Stone cab here, the 1x12, and just see what we get, shoot them out back and forth. You guys tell me what you think. I want to hear from you. Now, we also did something kind of insane here with the lead tone. Again, just listening to some old multi-tracks there with Andy the other night, and he had a suggestion about pulling mics back and maybe, cranking the gain up and getting something a little less defined. And we thought we'd do that too, so we pulled the mic back about 4 feet from the cabinet, and then we put the ribbon mic back about 10 feet, and I kind of like the effect it was giving us. It's not so quite in your face and whatnot. So it's a little bit of difference in mic technique too. That's something I think I want to start bringing into the show a little bit more, start showing how to work with room mics on guitar cabs, because again, the whole 57 right up on the cab is cool, but it's a little overdone as well. And we were discussing this last night. You listen to some old classic songs that have been remade, and it's like they're pretty cool and thick sounding on the originals, and then you get the modern ones and they sound a little small in comparison, and that might be due to the lack of room mics on the guitars. And I'm thinking that's something that's kind of a lost art at this point. Nobody's really using room mics too much anymore, and there's something I think you're going to see on the show in the form of more tutorials and that kind of thing, is like, hey, what can we use for room mics on guitar? How will they work? How much should we be using? That kind of thing, and how you can try that at home and see how you can get it to work for you the best as well. So there's that. Anyway, so yeah, that's just a very brief look at the Stone cab that's custom made here in Ashton Underline.
Like the thing under the words.
Okay, yes, yeah, very good. All right, yeah, he's a bass player, folks. Give him a round of applause. Anyway, by the way, yes, if you haven't checked out Adam's channel, it's Hot Pole Studios. It's fucking amazing. He's done some absolutely brilliant work, especially when it comes to speaker shootouts and how they all sound and whatnot. He's got, how long is that video? 8 hours?
The 6-hour Celestian video, yes.
Yes, watch that if you've ever wondered, I wonder how that speaker sounds. He's got it. He did the work. It's absolutely amazing. Please watch and subscribe to his channel. He's got so much great stuff. All right, one more thing before we sign off here. Adam is going to make an IR available of this cab, so if you want to check it out and try it out maybe on your own stuff, we're going to make that available as a free download. All you got to do is follow the link in the description below, and you can get this IR for absolutely free. Thanks, Adam. Adam, thanks so much for being on the show, and thanks for opening up your studio to me for trying this out. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button as well, especially if you found the video useful. And until next time, don't forget, Hasadiga Evil Eye. too much fun. Wow, that's great. That's dangerous. Okay.
Good shit, isn't it?